Thursday hit, and then they were doing atmosphere, blah blah blah. They're doing the high rollers chant, "Hey guys, bull crap." And then it was a Thursday, so it was like it's Thursday throwdowns. I'm like, sweet, now I get to see what kind of idiots will bet on what kind of things. There was one is like if some guy high rolled the one who lost, every time the other guy says like, "Oh, where's my baby girl?" He had to kneel down no matter where they're at. They can be out in a field, they can be out on office night, they can be at Walmart, anywhere. He has to kneel down. He's like, "Oh, I'm here, daddy." And I'm just like, is this really happening?
All right, so Joe, you worked for Blue Rose Group out of Cleveland, Ohio. You were looking for a job, and you said in your initial message that even after your interview, you didn't know that it was going to be door-to-door sales. You actually didn't know until your first day, your orientation, when they actually told you. The words that you said they used were that they had a contract with AT&T, and you'd be selling their products, service, TV, that they were working on getting and that they were working on getting contracts with Google and Apple, which you say is a lie, which I think is,
Yeah.
because I've never heard them do anything with Apple before, and I'd like to think Apple would be a more respectable company than working with these people.
Right.
But you said you didn't learn until your first day that it was door to door. So kind of take me through that when you finally learned what it is you were going to be doing. What were you thinking? What were you feeling?
I was just like, I didn't really know what like pyramid schemes was, or like the multi-level marketing. I never really got into it like research wise or anything. So it was kind of just like new to me. Like I was just searching for initial like desk job or receptionist job just so I can get out of serving, so I can get something new, something a new path in my life. So obviously like their application indicated that it was just a desk job. It was just reception. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to the interview, and it was a 3-round interview, which it should have struck me as like a red flag, but like I didn't really care because I was like more excited of getting a new job. So again, no one mentioned it was door to door. No one mentioned that I was going to be going out like from 2 to 8 every day, just selling AT&T service until like the day. And when I found out, they didn't even tell me until I had to go out in the field. It's not like I got in the morning, it was like, "Oh, hey, Joe, like, this is what we're going to be doing." No, everything went normal until he's like, "Oh, it's time for us to go out in the field." I'm like, okay, what does that mean? It's like, "Oh, we're just going to be going, we'll show you." I'm like, okay. So, like, they took me out to, I think it was Popeyes or something, because they're like, they're going to treat me to lunch, but it instructed me that that's all they could afford, because I mean, you gotta be real. You don't make any money in these companies. So then I got into my team leaders, my trainer car, and then we're bumping music. She was trying to get me up in the hype, all this like really hypey music. So I'm just like in the car, just dancing. Like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm wondering what we're doing. I still didn't know what we're doing. No one still told me that I was gonna go literally door to door to sell AT&T. I was in the car going to the field, and I still didn't know what I was doing. So we got to a neighborhood. I'm just like, okay, this is weird. We got it. It's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, okay, sweet. So then she started knocking on the door. I'm like, oh God, this is door to door. But then still, I didn't think it wasn't a pyramid scheme. I'm just like, oh God, it's door to door. But then I'm just like, okay, this is kind of cool. Whatever.
Yeah. You talked about learning the pitch and trying to shove AT&T down people's throats, to pound it down their throats. So I'm curious, what were some of the tactics that they had you learn to, in your words,
Ooh,
pound it down their throats?
that's the hard one, because look, this is my notebook. Ever since I first messaged you, I've been
Hmm.
going through my personal like notebook and just marking everything off. And when it comes to the pitch, it's just I try to like one day I try to like rearrange the pitch so I can talk to people, because by then I was already in like the field for like a week or two, so I was already getting comfortable like what kind of people I'm talking to, what kind of um what kind of people I'm talking to. So I'm just like, okay, if I change up my pitch a little bit and make it seem like I'm more friendly towards them, maybe I can actually get some sales. No, the minute I even changed one word, I got like ring downs. Like, no, Joe, you have to stick to the pitch. So I'm like, okay. And then when it comes to like shoving AT&T down people's throat, it's just like every time we get like we'll knock on the door and they mention Spectrum. It's like, oh, I'm already Spectrum. It's like, okay, yeah, but Spectrum can only give you this much power, this much data. Spectrum's gonna raise your bill. We're trying to make it seem like Spectrum was the worst possible service you can get. Not even Spectrum. There's Wow, and there's other services that people felt more comfortable getting than AT&T, and we're just like, no, 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 no. AT&T, AT&T, AT&T. I'm just like, dude, in my mind, I'm just like, these people, just let them live. But in my mind, I'm just like, okay, I need the money to survive. So I'm just like, yeah, AT&T, AT&T. And I didn't even have AT&T. I had Verizon. So
You noticed a couple red flags, or at least you talked about a couple red flags. You said you didn't think it was like what you were doing was that bad. Everyone was always happy, which, you know, we have always seen videos of atmosphere. Everybody's dancing around and chanting and all that stuff. They were always making money because the high rollers were always making money, but had no car and all lived together. Two
yeah,
big red flags right there. Yeah.
yeah, that was like, it was about the first week. You know, it was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It was team day or office night, which, if obviously everyone knows what team days mean and what office means. I mean, like, your team goes out, then the whole office. But the thing is, with our office night, we had 3 different offices in the entire office. And I still didn't struck it as like this is a pyramid scheme, because there was literally 3 offices in one office. 2 of us were selling AT&T. The third one was Quail, I think, the office supply one. I'm not too sure how to pronounce the name, but yeah, it was 3 of them. So like we'll all get together and do like, you know, the games, atmosphere and everything. And everyone was chanting like high rollers. These people were like, oh, this guy had a $600 day yesterday. He's going to make his bonus. I'm like, dude, these people are swimming in money. Holy crap. They have like the nicest suits on. I'm just like, I bet that's like Gucci or like Michael Kors or something. Cause you know, high rollers, you're making $1,200 a week. So I'm like, damn, some guy had red bottom shoes. I'm just like, wow, I want to be him, because I want to make enough money to get red bottom shoes, to get like $1,200 shoes just to go outside and sell AT&T. This was the first week. So then my team leader was like, yeah, tonight's office night and everything. I'm just like, sweet. He's like, we're going to go hang out at the CEO's house. I'm like, bro, like, one, I get to work with the CEO, and now I get to hang out at his own house. I was so excited. I'm like, I'm about to see like this mega mansion, because obviously he makes over $250,000 a year. He's going to have a beautiful home with a beautiful car, and like the inside's going to be beautiful. No, I get into these apartment buildings. I'm like, okay, maybe he owns like a penthouse. Maybe he has like a beautiful apartment building, which isn't bad. I mean, I wish I had a beautiful apartment building. We get in the apartment, which is beautiful, but there's like 5 people living in it. I'm like, wait, the CEO lives here? He's like, yeah, he lives here, I live here, and then 3 other coworkers live here. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I thought he made enough money to get his own place, but he has to share with this. And then like I made the comment, I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. And she's like, no, it's not weird. It's just like he was bringing his team back from Indiana and all this. I'm like, that's still weird. Why wouldn't he get his own place and just have them get their own apartment? Like, it's just. And then I'm just like, no company that I ever know. I don't see Jeff Bezos living with this entire Amazon company. You don't see, I'm not too sure about the CEO of Apple, but you don't see him like living with his entire company. You don't see the CEO of Applebee's. You don't see the CEO of Dollar General just like hanging out with his employees. That's not how it works. That's not how it happens. And when that didn't struck to me as weird. I'm like, the CEO's living with 5 of his employees. Like, maybe he's just friendly. Maybe he's just that friendly guy that's like, you know what, I'm going to help you until you're off your feet. No, well, I mean, most of these people couldn't even afford a regular apartment. So I understand the 5-person apartment thing. But it was just weird. Your CEO shouldn't live with your employees. They should. It shouldn't happen. It just, unless you're a family company where your dad's the CEO, obviously that's understandable. But no, that's no. It loses professionalism, and it's just wrong. Just wrong on so many levels.
And they always have an answer for that too, because they say, like you said, oh no, it's not weird at all. He's just helping these people out and all that sort of thing. But no, that's the reason they're all living together, is that not even the CEO can afford his own place. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous.
They've been like chanting about how much money they make. I'm like, okay, but you don't even have a car, but you're making high roller every week. Like, I get it. You have to drive a Lamborghini or a Mercedes. Like, I don't even drive a fancy car, just drive a Corolla. Like, but there's cars out there that cost like $1,500 that will get you to A to B. You don't have like, but you can't pay for that car even though you're making $1,200 a week. Like, nothing makes sense. The numbers that they gave us made absolutely no sense because they were just giving us the book, like, how do you say this? They were giving us fake numbers instead of real world numbers. And I'm just like, this is what you're gonna be making, not to like, this is what you're actually gonna be making. And it's like, it was just like, wow. Even my team leader said that, oh, he makes enough money to get his own penthouse. I'm just like, why doesn't he
And
get
where
his
is
own
it?
penthouse?
Yeah.
Right? Like we once had like, it was like once a month or once every couple of weeks when like the new people would start and we had like enough new recruits. Well, he would run opportunity meetings. And I'm just like, the first week, I'm just like, dude, I can't wait for this opportunity meeting because in my interview, they mentioned Google, they mentioned Apple. And so I'm like, I'm trying to get into this, like, these names so I can make enough money so I can, because I was in debt. The reason I came into that job, because I saw $1,200 a week. I'm like, okay, if I work for this for a month, I can get out of my debt in a month. Like, holy crap, this is going to be great. So like opportunity meeting, it was just him bragging about himself, how he was a basketball star in high school. And then in college, he was a basketball star, but couldn't go pro because he was too short. And like, he was just kept bragging about his ability to like learn like the tactics and everything. And then he brought that into the company. He's like, yeah, with the company, I'm able to do this and that. I'm just like, you're just bragging yourself how you're a really good basketball player. Like, what does that really have to do with selling AT&T to people? Like, kudos, you're a great basketball player, but you're too short to go to NBA. Like, what does that have to do with us like succeeding in my life? How is that going to turn me into a millionaire? It's like, I got a great success story. I can tell everyone like how bad, like not how bad of a childhood, but like how I made myself. And yeah, it's going to be more sadder than him, but it's not going to help anyone. It's like, oh, if this kid came from here and now there's like, that's really going to help. Like, no one cares. No one cares about your backstory. Only people care about what you're doing right now. And then even to his opportunity meeting, he was telling us, this was so funny. He was telling us how much the office made a week and how much he got wired. And he was telling us he got wired $40,000 a week, and then he would make about $4,000 to $5,000 a week also. And his yearly income came up to $250,000 last year. And I'm just like, where is it? Where is all that money?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm 26 years old. If I had a $250,000 income, you bet that I will be showing everyone else that I have a $250,000 income with the new car, with designer clothes, with like, I love designers. I love being flashy. So obviously everyone's going to be seeing me being really flashy. He's like, oh, that guy makes a lot of money. And he claims his stuff to be really flashy. Like he's like, he likes designer. He likes Gucci. I'm just like, okay, where is it? Where are all these Gucci things you love? Where are these Gucci shoes? Where is this? And I once, because I found out that you can buy a Tesla on your phone, like straight. If you go on Tesla.com, you just happen to have $60,000 in your bank account. You can go on Tesla and just with your Apple, with your Face ID, you can buy a Tesla. So one day I was at a Chinese restaurant and he just so happened to go with his girlfriend. And he asked if he wants to join. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, hey, Alain, since you have so much money in your bank account, and since you have over $100,000 in your bank account, and you told me once you can want a Tesla, you can go on the phone and just buy a Tesla right now. He's like, oh, haha, yeah. I'm just like, no, you're saying that you have so much money in your bank account. Like, why don't you prove it and just buy a Tesla right now? He's like, nah, I don't have that much money. I'm like, okay, cool. So where's all this money?
Yeah, and if anyone watching this goes to the Facebook page of Blue Rose Group, if you look at the photos, there are photos of Alain all over it at the National Leaders Conference, the Keys to Success, and he's looking good. I mean, he's got his suit on. There's
Exactly.
one picture where he's holding an award for something. I don't even know what the award is, but and then he's he's got, there's another one where he's wearing a tux. He's just looking dapper. He's got his hair
Exactly. And
gelled back and
And he's not a
everything.
bad looking person. Like the thing is he's a year older than me. So, and
Yeah.
he's actually the same background as me. He's like, he's Mexican American and everything. So like, he's not a bad looking person and he's not a bad person at all. He's really interesting, but just like this company has just devoured him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like overtook his actual mind, his actual like potential, and just screwed him over. And he doesn't realize it yet because it's opportunity, it's motivation. He grew up from nothing, so he wants to make something out of himself. I'm like, dude, you can
Yeah.
totally do that any other way. And like, and when it comes to college, he would just like, he told us that college didn't help him at all. Like, this was better. I'm just like, okay, sweet. So I should drop my entire college career just
Mm-hmm.
so I can sell AT&T to someone who doesn't even want AT&T. Like, cool.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
Well, he might not have enough money to buy a Tesla, but there is another photo on Blue Rose Group that has him posing with a giant check. I'm guessing when he became a new owner, or so it's a new ICL bonus for
Yeah,
$7,500. So we know he at least had at one point $7,000.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and
Yeah.
he has that giant check in the office just to like to show it off. Like, oh yeah, I made this once, like 2 years ago, and that's they still go out in the field. I've seen that line go out in the field so many times, and that still struck to me. I'm like, why are you going on the field if you're making such money a week?
You know, you said earlier that nobody makes money in this business. When you messaged us, you said that for about a month, you would be getting weekly checks of only about $45 or $40 a week. But you also said you weren't worried because you were of the mindset, you had all the bills due still, you were behind on your car payment, but it was okay because you kept telling yourself that tomorrow your LOAs, your law of averages would hit. So,
Uh, that was
and
the
yeah, that just it just amazes me how people can get in that mindset. You're behind on all of this. You're clearly not making money, but you've been brainwashed by these cult leaders, and A-Line is one of them, one of these cult leaders, to believe that, it's just LOAs. It's just LOAs. Everything's going to
right.
work
Like,
out.
you just had like you just hit all the bad apples. Like, it was terrible. There was just one night I was in this one day I was in territory for about 3 to 4 days. Because that's what they'll do. They'll give us these territories for about 3 to 4 days until you flush the entire neighborhood. No one likes you anymore. Everyone's yelling at you. Oh, you go to the next neighborhood. So I was flushing this entire neighborhood out, and I'm not getting any sales because, like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be looked at that type of person. But the types of neighborhoods they send us to are very low income. Like, not very low income, but they're low income to like they can't afford to be switching to another service because they might be owed a lot of money to AT&T or this, or they just don't have the extra money to switch over or to even afford like these like really great AT&T services. So like I wasn't getting any sales at all. So I was just walking and I was by myself. It was a little cold. So, and I was walking with my head down. I'm just like, I don't get any sales, Joe. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what is it? Is like, is it the way you talk? Is it the way you look? Maybe you're presenting off to people. Maybe when people look at you, like, oh God, there's this weird kid outside. I don't want to talk to him. Maybe, and like, I even started thinking, like, is it the color of my skin? Is it because I'm brown? Is it like, what is it with these people? Why am I not getting sales? But then I remembered LOAs. LOAs. Don't worry, Joe. Tomorrow you're gonna get the sales. It's okay. I'm 1 month behind my beautiful Corolla, which again, I have a really nice car. So obviously, if you have a nice car, you owe a nice payment a month. So I'm just like, my car's behind, but it's okay, Joe. Tomorrow you're gonna make those 6 sales to get that bonus. It's okay, Joe. And I'll go home all sad but happy. And then like that was every single day. And like, do you know the type of like type of like pain that will get to you, that will bring to you if that's what you think every single day? It's not healthy. Your mind will go to dark places if that's what you keep thinking, and then you have to put on a fake face when you go to the office because you can't be there with negativity. You can't be down, like bringing everyone down, because that's just going to bring negativity, and your motivation and inspiration and all this bullcrap that throw you is going to be gone. So I had to pretend like everything was fine. I even be like, on one of the office nights, they're like, "Oh, Joe, how was your day?" I was like, "Oh, I didn't get any sales." And they were like, "Oh, no, it's okay, Joe. Tomorrow your LOAs are going to hit. Don't worry." I'm just like, cool. My car payment's still behind. So how is that going to help? Like, great. Like, awesome.
You mentioned a couple times the bonus structure and the bonus. Would you mind going over that? Like, what did you have to do, and what the bonus
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, I love the bonus structure because that's honestly the bonus scale is one of the reasons why they kept a lot of people working as long as they worked. Where is it? Okay, so when we were in the interview, they would tell us like, okay, like if you sell this month, but we get bonuses because like AT&T loves us so much. They think we're doing such a great job that they're literally throwing money at us, at you guys, so you guys can sell. I'm just like, cool. AT&T is the coolest thing ever. Still rocking a Verizon's phone. So I'm just like, so this was the scale. If you sell 4 internets and 4 TVs, it doesn't have to be in a bundle. It can be, you can hit 8 houses and 4 of them you sell 4 TVs, and then the other 4 you sell 4 internets. You get, if you do 4 and 4, you get $400 bonus. So it's just like $50 per service. So it's $400 a week on top of whatever you make on commission on whatever you sell. And then the next one, 5 and 5. So 5 internet, 5 TV, that would equal to $880 per week on top of your commission. And this was the big one, the 6 internet, 6 TV, and that came up to $1,500 a week on top of your commission, which could have been like a couple $100. So some of the like there was, I think, one assistant manager in my company in Blue Rose that was making this much money. Supposedly, he's like, yeah, he's the high roller. He's making $1,700 a week, and then the other company had like a lot of bonus owners, like earners. And he was like, yeah, this guy just high rolled. He just sold 7 TVs and all this. He's getting his bonus. I'm just like, dude, these people are like swimming in money. But then again, where is it? Because I know people. I know the type of people that are in Cleveland. If you have money, you will show people you got money. You're going to be coming in the office like, oh, look at my new Rolex. Oh, look at my new Louboutins. Or like, look at my brand new Gucci suit. No one. You guys are still rocking the same 2 suits you've been wearing for the last 2 months. And I'm just like, dude, I spent so much money just trying to get new clothes so I don't have to rock the same thing every day. I'm like, that's the thing. Like, if you have designer clothes, you don't want to be seen through 2-3 times with designer clothes, because they'd be like, oh, don't you got money? Don't you have enough money to buy more designer clothes? Yeah. That's the whole point. But no, these people are rocking the same thing. And with the bonus scale, let's say you made 12 internets and 12 TVs. You're going to think you're going to make like what? $3,000? No, you get $1,500. There's a cap on it. You can't go more than 6 and 6, or else you're still going to be making 666. You have to wait till all of your installs, all of your services get installed to get that bonus.
Yeah.
So let's say you did the 6 and 6. Like, sweet, I'm gonna get $1,500 bonus, and you set it up 2 this week, 2 next week, the 2 after that. So let's say there's a good month for all of them to get installed. You have to wait that entire month for you to see that $1,500, even if one fails. So if you go to 6 internets and 5 TVs, bam, your bonus is gone. Your bonus is gone. You're not seeing that money. So you won't even find out until like the 3rd, 4th week. It's like, oh God, one canceled. That means I'm not getting $1,500. Damn, I just bought this new car. Damn, I just did this. Like, where is that money now? And that's how people get like deeper and deeper in the hole, because they spend money they don't have, and they spend money that they were promised, and then it's just never there. It's just honestly never there. And there's always everywhere. There's always proof that people had no money. That there was always proof that people were losing, but like they wouldn't let you think that. They just let you thought like motivation, opportunity, LOAs, all the other bullcrap chants they do, like the hey guys. Even if I even hear the slight hey guys in my mind, I'm just like, hey what? I'm just like, no, stop. Just stop. It's like, it's even like when I watch like the slave circle videos and everything, people just spontaneously hey guys. I'm just like, hey what? I'm like, no, stop. It's not okay for me to do this anymore.
Yeah, and I think it is so important for all of these, yourself and everyone that comes forward and does an interview, to share their stories, because there's so much manipulation, there's so much brainwashing in these cults, that you can be of the mindset of, oh, I can get these bonuses. But when I'm listening to you tell, all the money that you supposedly make, and all the signups you have to do, but that's after walking in door to door at least, what 10 miles a day maybe, and you do that 6 days a week in all weather.
Exactly. And if you're lucky to go by yourself, you get to go to your car and maybe relax for a little bit. Maybe go up the street to the Dunkin' Donuts and buy one donut because that's all the money you got because you spent all your money on your gas and trying to survive. You can only afford one donut. Hell, sometimes I was scared to even get like a drink off Taco Bell and they gave it to me for free. So I'm just like, damn, I saved myself a couple of dollars right there. But like it was just, where was I? I totally lost my place.
I just brought up how like thinking about just how much you have to do to get so much
Oh yeah.
so little money, the cost benefit analysis, at least for me, just doesn't work. You're putting in so very much to get back pennies.
Exactly.
It's
It's
not
not
worth
like I
it.
was like driving 5 minutes to get to this work. It was a 25-minute drive from my home to downtown Cleveland. So that's about half hour right there. And then they'll send me to territories about half hour, 25 minutes, half hour away from that.
Mhm.
So if you add it out, that's an hour drive from home. And when I think about it, I'm just like, it's okay, Joe, because you got a Toyota Corolla who takes really good gas. So it's like flying. But no, the thing is, if you do this every single day, your $10 a week limit on your car gas turns to like $6 a day. And that just adds up. And by the end of the week, you're just like, where's all this money that you put into your car? You just put in so much money into your car and you have nothing to show it. And then your miles are going like through the roof. It's like, yeah, I was lucky to get a Toyota, which you can blow those things up and they'll still be running. But still, it's the value of it. Like my value of my car went really down just working in this company. I don't know what I was doing. I was out and my mom was telling me that, yeah, some AT&T guy knocked on our door. I'm like, excuse me? It's like, who had the audacity to just come to my door like while I was not home? Like from AT&T. They were trying to convince my mom to like switch to AT&T, like the services. I'm like, what? Tell me exactly all they said. It's like there's this like, oh, your husband or something, you give him a call. I'm like, oh God, like this is exactly what I tell people to do. And I'm just like, I wish they can come back so I can be like, hey, what company do you work for? Like, is it Smart Circle? Is it Cydcor? So I can go deep into the mind. So I can be like, so but when they go home, they'll be like, oh God, like he knows. But he's not coming back, so I can't do that now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something that I think, I don't know how much good it would do, but I think it would be worthwhile if people would learn a little bit more about these scams when they do have people like that come to the door. I mean, it's much easier to just call them a name and slam the door in their face, but if
Right,
they
but like,
would instead do an alternative narrative and like you would do, right? Like ask questions, what office do you work for? Do you know anything about Smart Circle? Do you really think your owner's making six figures? Things
what
like
kind of
that.
lies did they give you?
Yeah.
Like let me help you so
Yeah.
you don't fall out like I did. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole reason why I'm doing this video is like I don't want to call out Blue Rose because even though they like treated me like whatever happened to them, like I don't care about them. I care about people like me who get sucked into these type of companies and then lose like their entire savings. They almost lose their relationship. They fight with their friends because they don't want AT&T, but they're not supporting me because they're my friends, so they should support me.
Yeah.
So like it is everything just turns to like hell. Literally everything. Nothing well comes out. The longer you stay in these companies, the more people you're gonna lose, the more money you're gonna lose, and the worse it's gonna get. And I'm just glad I got out of it in time before anything major happened.
Now, you mentioned something that I was not familiar with. I don't know if it was just in your office or if other offices do this, but you brought up a concept, something called Throwdowns, which you identified as just kind of weekly bets. So I think you said every Thursday
Yeah.
there would be Throwdowns. So you would like challenge somebody, and
Yeah.
if you high rolled, then they would have to do something for you. If they high rolled, you would have to do something for them, and this could be anything. And you sent a video. And this is
Ooh.
actually, we'll get to this, but because this
Yeah.
was one of the reasons you got out of the business
Yeah.
was, but you sent a video where a guy who lost a throwdown had to roll a hot dog with his nose across the floor, the disgusting carpeted floor of the office.
Dirty dog, you. Dirty dog, you. Nice. You got a
I looked into his wall. I have like a.
Ugh.
They were nice to you. They gave you the short side.
Yeah, I gave him the short side.
Boards, like a rat, like feet. Ooh, I gotta see. You'll be Sam famous.
That sound is no.
That was a jump right there.
That sound is a no-go.
Almost. You got it?
You got it.
One more hit.
There you go.
Hey!
Ew, go wash your face.
When I watch that video, I just see, number one, I can see him doing that. I'm thinking, what is going through his mind? Because he's not looking at it like an outsider would. Any outsider who watches this and sees like, wait, this is a professional office doing this. This is insane. Get out, get out, get out. He's probably thinking, oh, this is normal. It's, it's my fault. I didn't get the sales. I deserve this. But then I also see all these idiots in the back just taking videos on their phones. Just watch, smiling, laughing, taking videos as if it is normal.
Right, and like I was one of those idiots who actually recorded it, but like I recorded it so I can be like, this is wrong. Like you shouldn't be doing this in an office. And I thought it was kind of funny that I was pushing a hot dog with his nose across the room. So I'm gonna record it.
This was one of the reasons that you left. You ended up leaving, as it was on a Thursday. You were challenged to a throwdown, and then you just ended up leaving. Like you said, it was a rainy day. You went out to the field. You kind of stayed in your car for a little while, and then you never went back. So what really made you? Was there doubt building up over time, or was it just kind of a decision where you're just like, I've had enough?
It was like one of those last decisions. It was like my doubt was already building up to this point, and this was just like the tipping glass. Like, oh, the glass fell over. Like, I need to get out of here. Because a couple of days prior to that, my friend was looking up because I was trying to get AT&T installed in their apartment. Like, I'm just like hardcore going in at it. It's like, hey, did you talk to your roommate? To the point where they were getting mad at me because like, why don't you just talk to her herself and see what she wants? I'm like, okay, sweet. Like, I was getting all the information, what kind of internet they had, what kind of they wanted. And then I was laying in bed that night and he texted me. It's like, hey, like I went to AT&T.com and like I can get a better deal on it. I'm just like, wait, excuse me? It's like, I'm not selling the cheapest AT&T service packets out there. It's like, you can do this on your phone. And like, it sounds weird because that's what a normal people would do. That's what someone normal would do is like, oh wait, AT&T's charging me too much. Let me go on my phone that's right in front of me and look up other plans and get this guy installing my internet the very next day without even moving anything. But I'm just like, wait, you can get this cheaper somewhere else rather than me bothering you on your doorstep, knocking on your door and having you get internet through me. There's better ways. So I'm just like, okay, sweet. So that was in my mind. And then Thursday hit, and then, they were doing atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. They were doing the high rollers chant, hey, guys, bullcrap. And then it was a Thursday, so it was like, it's Thursday Throwdowns. I'm like, sweet, now I get to see what kind of idiots will bet on what kind of things. So, and there was like a whole bunch of, like, there was ones, like, if I high roll, this was the worst one. There was one is, like, if some guy high rolled the one who lost, every time the other guy says, like, oh, where's my baby girl? He had to kneel down no matter where they're at. They can be out in a field. They can be out on office night. They can be at Walmart, anywhere. He has to kneel down. He's like, oh, I'm here, daddy. And I'm just like, is this really happening? It's like, is that really a thing? Like, does he actually have to do that? And I'm just like, and like with the video that I sent you, I posted it on Snapchat because I thought it was hilarious. And people kept messaging me back. It's like, oh, that's your office. It looks like the office. It looks so fun. I'm like, it is so fun. It's awesome. Like, I wasn't poaching to them. I wasn't like, you should come work for me. Yeah. But I'm just like, yeah, it's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Look at my views. Look at what we do every day. This is literally what we do all the time. I'm having so much fun. Like, you don't do that. But then I'm just like, this is okay. It was just in the back of my mind, this is okay. And then that throwdown happened. It was this girl who I wasn't really close to, but she was Hispanic. So I thought I was supposed to talk to her because she spoke Spanish too. So I'm like, let's see how cool you are. It turns out she wasn't really the friendliest type of person. And I'm not saying because her background, I'm just saying she really isn't a really friendly person. Right. And she just had a baby. She was fresh out having a baby. And she came back to work. I'm like, who's paying for your baby's food? Like, how are you doing this? Like, that really got to me. Like, how are you supporting your baby? Like, like the way you support your baby, that's fine to me. You can do whatever you want as long as your baby is fine. But like, you're not making any money at all. And she kept, it was so funny. She said that when she first started, she made $1,200 in 3 days. And it was like, that's all you got to say about this? That like a year ago when you started, you made $1,200 a day. But where's the money now? Like, why aren't you making $1,200 every week? But anyway, back to the throwdown. I was just standing there, watching everyone getting thrown down. And then she's like, I'm going to throw down Joe. I'm just like, that's me. Like, holy crap. Like, why are you saying my name? It's like, if I high roll you tonight, you have to buy all my drinks. And I'm just like, wow, okay, sweet. And they're like, Joe, you're not going to throw her back down? Like, in my mind, I'm just like, no, because I'm broke. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, try to bet on, like, she can buy all my drinks? No. So I'm just like, no, it's fine. So that's the day where it was raining really hard. I'm just like, in my car, I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's raining hard. I'm literally fighting. And then obviously I was going to lose because I wasn't making any sales. She already made a sale and already made like $100 some. So I'm like, clearly I'm done for it. So now I'm just thinking like, now I got to go to this bar. I only had like, I was embarrassed saying this, but now I'm not, because I want people to know that this is real. Like, I only had $40 in my name. $40. That's it. 2 20s in my wallet. 120 I was going to use for gas. The other 20 I was going to use for maybe food or something. But that's all the money I had that week. And then so I lost the high roller thing. So I went home before going out, and I'm just like, I really got to spend my last $40 on this girl. So, and the bars that we go to, they sell cheap drinks. So I came up with the whole bill. I'm like, all right, she said all her drinks. If you average it $5 a drink, that's 2 drinks right there. That's $10. Plus me, I'm not going to drink alone. That's another $10 for me. That's $20 right there. That's $120. Plus you got to do the tip for all the drinks. That's $40 right there. That's all of them. Like, seriously. So I'm just like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm not going to go. And then the next day is when I started thinking about, like, how did he get the cheaper price online rather than me? And that's when I fell into the rabbit hole of the slave circle. And that's like that night that I didn't go out. That's when I saw your video, like the movie, the documentary Slave Circle. I'm just like, I was literally laying in my bed, just staring at my screen. I'm like, what the F just happened? I thought I was in a dream. I literally am like, is this real? Did I really get myself into this? Like, and then like, I'm not the type of person that will watch one video and just automatically get like hooked onto. It's like, oh, I believe it. Like, no, I had to research more and more. Then I started watching all your interviews. Then I started watching other stuff. Then I started reading Cydcor like reviews and Smart Circle, and it just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm just like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of this. Like, everything that they're saying was happening to me. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'm clearly not making any money. Clearly, I finally snapped out of it. So like that whole weekend, I talked to that Saturday I went into work, and I was telling my team leader, I'm like, yo, I quit. I didn't tell her why, but like, I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, my mental state was really bad. Like, there was times where I would lay on my couch for hours just staring at nothing because I didn't know what to do anymore, because I wasn't making any money. It wasn't working out. So, and she was telling me, like, it was so messed up. This just came up to me. When I was talking to her about quitting, she starts asking me all these extremely personal questions. Like, I thought it was extremely weird and just completely off. And it just convinced me more, like, I need to get out of here. Like, and everyone's like that too. It's not just her. Everyone wants to know everything about your personal life. If you gotten drunk, so heavily drunk one night, they want to know about it. They want to know what you did. They want to know how you were acting. Because, I mean, you're really vulnerable. You're really vulnerable when you're drunk. And if you take them out to office night or tea night and you get them a little drunk, they're going to start talking.
Sure.
Like, they will start talking. And that's when they realize your motivation or your bull crap or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they just want to learn. They want to learn about you so that they can use that information against you.
Exactly. What if I said yes? What if I did have a childhood trauma? Are you going to use that against me? It's like, oh, Joe, Like, do you want it to be back when you were this happened? I'm just like, this is not okay. It's not a healthy environment to be at all.
No, not at all. And you said that your owner really wasn't pleased with you leaving either, was he, Alain?
No, he was not pleased at all. That weekend also, you heard about the business trips that these companies do.
Yeah.
Like, they would, which I found out that these business trips, you just go to another city and just sell the services to that city.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's not really a business trip. You're just going out of your way to sell crap that people don't need in other cities. Like, it really wasn't okay. So like, they would go about every couple weeks. We'll go to like Tennessee or whatever. And I thought about going to LA one day and they financing my entire LA trip just so I can go screw around in LA. Because, hey, who doesn't want a free LA trip? I do. So I was going to do that, but like, it wasn't worth it. But that weekend, the same weekend I quit, they were going out to Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those states down there. It was like 8 hours away. And they were trying to beg me to go. Like, Joe, I think it'll be a really good opportunity for you so you can learn how to like sell. And it was going to be a whole week, and it was just going to be me, Alain, and like a couple other team members. And like, so I'm going to have to spend the entire week with you guys. And since you're my owner, it's going to be like from 2 to 8 every single night, nothing else. And then spend the night with like the same room. So I'm just like, you want me to get myself my $40 that I still had, because I didn't spend those $40. I still had the $40. You want me to go out of state, pack a bag, all this with $40 in my name, and my car, people are calling me for my car payment. My insurance is due. Like, what? Like, they were hardcore telling me, like, Joe, you should go. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. And that Sunday is when I didn't even text Alain that I was going to quit, because I didn't want to deal with that. I knew exactly what he was going to tell me. I knew he was going to try to get me to come back. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with him. So I texted the assistant manager. I texted him like, hey, yo, I can't do this. Like, I need to work on my mental state. I'm going off edge. And which was really true. I wasn't lying. Yeah. But like, I needed to work. I needed to like take care of myself. So I'm like, I'm out. Like, you guys are the coolest people like ever, they're like one of the coolest people I've ever met. But just the fact that this company brainwashed them, it's really sad. So like, that happened. And then Alain texted me prior to me quitting. Some other guy already quit. And I'm just trying to figure out, why did he quit? I'm like, whatever. So when I was quitting, I sent him a message on GroupMe. I'm like, hey, like, why aren't you here anymore? And he told me the same thing. She's like, it was just really weird how they had me. As soon as I was out of training, they had me training other people right away, and I didn't think it was good. Like, everything that I was feeling, he was telling me. So I sent him the video of the slave circle. He was like, dude, you have to watch this. Like, if you're in the same mindset as me, watch this. This will answer all your questions. So, and then he sent me this message. He was like, hey, I would appreciate if you chat with me before you left, but since I know you're spreading lies about things we do, it's like, we all wanted to help you. We all wanted to help you if everyone can write bad reviews. Then he sent me a screenshot of him going to Google and typing Cydcor AT&T award winning. And this is what it said. Cydcor earned the prestigious award as AT&T's largest and best performing dealer, beating nearly 4,000 other dealerships nationwide. Whole bunch of crap. And then I looked at the date. It was from 2017. I'm like, dude, we're in 2020. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone can win awards, but if that's an award from 3 years ago, that doesn't really help me right now. Like,
yeah, awards don't mean anything.
They really don't. Like, it's just an award that AT&T, like, yeah, AT&T could have loved Cydcor because they're getting a whole bunch of customers, yeah. But I highly doubt AT&T knows how they're getting these customers, how they're actually working. Because if they knew that we're not getting paid at all, then, but I don't know. Everyone just cares about money. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's strictly about money.
Either that, or they do know and they just don't care. Because all of these companies, AT&T, Verizon, Spectrum, Just Energy, Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, Meijer, they all work with these Cydcor, Credico, smart circle companies.
They're just like, oh, they're just making us money. Like,
they're making money. Yeah.
And end of the week, I get this fat check, and that's all I care about. I'm just like, that's understandable. That's how big businesses should work, and that's how it should work. But like, you can't be throwing all these like awards one time just because like I don't know, it's weird. And then I told him like I'm not spreading lies. Who said this was like I left for other reasons, not what's online. I could care less of what people say online. This was on my own decision. And then he's like, cool, individual told me you were sending videos to them. So hey, no worries. Hopefully you learned 1 or 2 things. Best of luck, my guy. I'm just like, what is going on?
Well, Aline, guess what? You're in the videos now. So
Which
there we go.
I could not wait. I'm just like, dude, I even saw your an interview a couple weeks ago. You showed a picture of it. I'm just like, yes, it's happening. It's finally happening. But like, and then now this is the weirdest thing ever. This is how their minds work. Is that I'm pretty sure they still owe me money. Pretty sure they still owe me money because I made well enough sales like the last couple of weeks that I was there. And obviously you have to wait till they install to get the money. So I'm just going to wait like a month or so to try to get my money. I've been texting him since March. Hey, like just checking in to see if I have any money. I will text him. I would text my team leader. I would text the receptionist, everyone. And they'll all tell me the same thing. It's like, hey, like I haven't been in the office, but there was a couple cancels. Everyone's saying cancels. I'm like, sweet. You just told everyone to tell me that if Joe texts you, tell them they're all canceled. Awesome. So this came up to even last week. He texted me. It's like, I checked the other orders and you didn't get anything else money-wise because you had cancels coming in. Cancels. It's like, but I did want to, okay, yeah, but like that. So, and he started asking me because my dad owns his own flooring company. So he starts asking me, he's like, hey, did you mention? I'm just like now you're trying to poach me off like for my flooring stuff, which I don't want to be selfish. I gave the job to my dad because that's my dad's money. So I'm just like, hey dad, like my old manager wants to put floors, just take his money and leave. It's fine. Put the floors, take Cydcor's money and leave. And I started thinking like they can spend the money they have in a business account because it's for the office. So obviously they have money. It's like, it's not your money, dude. The minute you quit, that money is gone, man. They'll give you $1,000 because they feel bad for you, but that's it. That's it. And like, so I just thought, I'm just like, you know what? I don't even care about this money anymore. Like with everything going on, like obviously with everything going on, that money can help me like a lot. But if this is what I have to do to even try to get this check, there's no point. There's no point in me getting mad. And then I was checking out my tax income, my tax return, and I saw how much money I made on the Blue Rose Group. And that did not equal up to the money that I was given in my checks. I'm just like, great. Now they're stealing my money. Awesome. But like, I don't even care. I don't care anymore. If they stole my money, kudos for them. They got a couple $100. Cool. But like, I know that I'm going to be making 2-3 times more than they will ever make working a normal job. And that makes me so happy.
Yeah. And going back to your money, I mean, they had zero motivation to give you any money after you left because number one, you were gone because you're an afterthought. And number two, you know, even if there were cancellations, you know, were or not, you know, that money, you know, A-Line's not making anything as an owner, so he's going to pocket as much as he can.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
Especially right now, like, well, they can't go out to like door to door because, I mean, if I got someone in my door, be like, get out of my property, stop breathing on my property. Like right now, you can't just have people go door to door because it's really unsafe. So like, they're obviously not making money, so they have to find this money somewhere. And if some ex-employee has a couple checks coming in, yeah, let's take those checks to feed ourselves, which do it. If it has to feed yourself, whatever, take my money. But like, just know that it's going to come back to you. It will come back to him later in life. I was with my team leader one day and he was making like, we're out making sales, whatever. And then she owed money to AT&T. So like, it shows like, oh, you owe money to AT&T. So we can't give you service. But he wanted the sale because he was the type of person who wants to hit the bonus. He was like the extreme motivated person who will do nothing to get sales. So I saw him and he told me, don't tell anyone this. Don't repeat this because I can get in a lot of trouble. And at the time, I wasn't going to say anything. But now I'm just like, I don't care. So this is what he would do. He would, let's say I wanted to give AT&T service. let's say my birthday was okay. My birthday's actually October 1st, 1993. So he puts my information in, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I owe $500 to AT&T, but I really want AT&T service. This is what he would do. He would enter my birthday, October 1st, but he'll change 10 years. He'll put 1983, so the record wouldn't show up, so it will process. And I'm just like, isn't that fraud? Like, I'm pretty sure that's fraud. You can't just change people's birthdays so you can give them, like, services. So I'm just like, okay, that was a little weird. And then like my other one, the other thing that they do, someone told me not to tell anyone because it can get in trouble, but now I don't care. So AT&T will give us bonuses. They'll give us bonuses for time for like selling a certain amount of packages. Like if you sold oh no, sorry, I got it wrong. Give the customer extra money. So let's say like hey, customer, sir, if you get internet and TV right now, I can send you a gift card for $300. And that's a big selling thing. As soon as people heard $300, like, holy crap, that can pay for my entire year of AT&T service. Of course I'm going to get this. But you have to get like TV and internet. If you get internet, you won't get $300. So this is what someone told me to do. You sign them up for internet and TV. If they want internet only or TV, it doesn't matter. You sign them up for both. You wait till they get installed. So you have to tell them, like, just wait till you get installed, wait 3 days, and then call and cancel whatever you want to cancel. And that way, the minute you get installed, the gift card gets sent out. So I'm just like, that's kind of bad. It's like, that's essentially stealing. Mm-hmm. But it's whatever, because I'm getting the sale.
Yeah.
So like the last week I was like working there, I was hooking up my friend's internet because she was paying a lot of money for her internet. So I'm like, dude, I can get you way cheaper. Obviously, I went through the whole pitch with her. And then she's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, okay, cool. So apparently the house had already had a service of AT&T, but no one lived there. Like no one knew the person that the name was under. So I'm like battling with AT&T. It's like, hey, like this house really needs service. I was finding my ways to get the sale. So at the end, I told him, like, dude, if you do this, you get to cancel it, and then you get the $300. We're all for it. They're like, yeah, I'll do it. As soon as we get installed, I'll cancel so we can get $300. And I'm just like, sweet, I'm going to give her $300. I'm getting a sale. Like, this is going to be awesome. And then, like, we couldn't get the sale onto the house. We couldn't get an appointment set to the house. So this is what Alain told me to do. He told me to set up the appointment to the next door's house, to the neighbor's house. So like put everything under her name and just put the address on the neighbor's house. And I'm just like, okay. So, and he's like, yeah, just on the day of the install, call him in the morning, be like, hey, I screwed up. This is not the house. The house is actually this house. So I'm like, okay. So that day came and I just woke up. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that to her. Like I'm making her do a whole bunch of weird, illegal things like that can potentially ruin my friendship with her. So without even her knowing, I just called him like, hey, I'm canceling. Can you cancel all this? And then I called him like, hey, I canceled your order. Like, I am so sorry. I just don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want to be messed up. And I don't want to ruin your money or your credit. So I canceled it all. You just go by yourself and just get your own internet on your own terms. Because that way I won't get in trouble. She won't get in trouble. The neighbor's house somehow won't get internet or something. It was just really bad. Like the way they make you sell. It's just, you get the sale no matter what.
Yeah.
That's it. No matter what you do, you get the sale. And that's it. And I've been yelled at for so many people. And there's also like, they'll give us apartment buildings. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, sometimes you can't even get to apartment buildings because you have to be a resident to get in. So they'll tell us, just wait till someone gets in and just follow behind them and just sneak your way in and start selling. I'm just like, this is just so bad. Like everything about this is just terrible. And like, I'm just glad that I finally snapped out of it because who knows what I'll still be doing right now. I probably lost my car by now if I stayed with them, to be honest.
I think the main lesson to learn from that is if you are someone who's in the market for new internet, new phone, new TV, contact the company directly. If you contact AT&T, Comcast, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, whoever, directly, you're not going to have to deal with this third-party BS of Smart Circle or Cydcor. You're not going to almost be guilty of committing fraud. You're not going to get a more expensive deal because, Smart Circle, Cydcor, Credico, they have to make money too. So you're not going to get the cheapest deal if a third party needs to get a chunk. So
and then if you don't want the service anymore, you have to deal with the salesman and the Cydcor, and they can't do anything about it because oh, who cares? We don't care about you anymore. You have to deal it on yourself. It's no, if you just go to the AT&T store like a normal person and be like, hey, I want internet. It's sweet. When are you free? It's this. Awesome. I'm going to send some guy out there. It's not that easy, but it could be that easy. To even a phone call, be hey, I want internet. Sweet. You free tomorrow? Yeah. All right, I'm coming. It could literally be that easy. You don't have to wait till the AT&T guy comes knocking on your door so you can get this phenomenal deal that will never happen. Even after leaving, I had one of my customers call me because her bill was way over $300 when I told her it was going to be $180. And she kept calling me. I'm I don't know what to do anymore because I don't work for them anymore. But I'm answering her calls. I'm I'll do everything I can. And I texted my team leader, my old team leader, and told her about it. And then she calls me 3 a.m. It's what do you want me to do about it? I'm call her, help her out. I'm not with you guys anymore. I literally don't care enough for me to handle this myself. Do it yourself because you're still working. He's well, do you care or not? I'm looking around to see if she was talking to me because obviously she wasn't talking to me. But it was just terrible. They don't care about you. They don't care about the customers at all.
No.
They only care about the sale and if you get installed and get paid. After that,